Hello everyone, you are on the channel MLA Automation, and today we're going to continue to talk about the Docker, and today we're going to speak about the Docker container. It's one of the lessons from the playlist Docker. We already spoke about the Docker file, Docker image, everything available in the playlist. And today we're going to speak about the Docker container. So what is Docker container? First of all, it's lightweight, standalone, executable package of software that includes everything needed to run application code, runtime, system tools, system libraries, and settings. And as we spoke before, the first of all, that before receive a Docker container, we need to have a Docker image, and for this case we're going to go back to the Docker component diagram and to take a look, to check some things, to see it will be more knowledgeable and useful. And so we have first let's refresh our knowledge and to take a look on the first part. It's a Docker client, which is on local machine available. Then we have a Docker host, which is also on the Docker machine, and we have a Docker registry or Docker hub. All of they have location on the remote server. So first we need to use Docker build and we're going to, in this case we're going to build the image from Docker file. For this case we need to have a prepare a Docker file with instructions, and when those files we have, basically we will ready to create a Docker image. Next one, it's Docker pull. This command is very useful and commonly used when we want to pull image from the Docker registry or Docker hub. So we say in Docker pull and the name of the image, for example, it's Redis, and it pulls those information from the remote server. And the last one is Docker run. When we say in please Docker run and the name of the image, for example, it's Ubuntu. In this case, it will take the image of Ubuntu and prepares a container for this case, which will be available, running, and prepared to be used on our work. Okay, so we're going back to on the top of our list, and we need to answer on the question how to start Docker container. And it's very easy. It's a very popular command which is says that we need to use Docker start and name of the container, or it's or Docker container and start and the name of the container. Or they similar. Next one, it's we need to have a clear understanding what is the difference between the Docker run and Docker start, and the answer is very simple. It's just a quick and dirty formula for people like me, who mixes up run and start from time to time. This is about me. So it basically means that Docker run is a combination of two commands: Docker pull and the name of the image, and the plus Docker start and name of the container. When we using this command, basically we're ready to So when we use in Docker run in the name of the image, we saves a lot of time avoiding the additional command, which is docker start. And now we need to also take a look on another command, which is docker exec and arguments it, name of the container, and the executable command bin bash. So I will explain this command will be needed for our work during the execution of different commands, and we will get back to this command a little forward, a little later. And now let's take a look on the basic commands which is available from the Docker in the documentation of Docker. First one is docker container ls, which means show the list of the resources. I'm taking this command and I'm executing. We see empty, there is nothing, no information. I'm going to make a little smaller. So we currently see that there is no running containers, and if I'm going to, for example, in another terminal, this one, I'm going to say docker run and use argument it. The name is going to be Ubuntu 1, and the name of the it's the name of the container, and another one, the last one, it's a name of our image. And we just run those container which was available before on the local machine, and we quickly able to check this container, those we inside the Ubuntu container, and we're going back to check the first command, docker container ls. Now we see that in the list we have just started container Ubuntu, and we see that he is available 21 second, available from 21 seconds ago, and we are going to go to another command, which is cp, docker container cp, and it's mean copies files and folder between the container and the local file system. Okay, so we we have this as we understand from this explanation, this command allows to take the file from the container and to move it on local machine. So we already have a container which is available, and we inside those containers. Let's go to the home directory and create some file, for example welcome txt. Let's check this folder, and we see this file available. And now let's go back to another terminal on local machine, and let's check our folder. We see this file also available. I'm going to remove this file. Let's check more. Okay, so we have, for our example, we have a folder only with the Docker files inside, and there is nothing else. Let's go back to our notes, copy this command, and back to the local terminal of local machine, and let's dive to understanding what's going on here. First, we docker container cp, and then goes the name of the container, it's Ubuntu 1, and then goes the path to welcome file. As we remember, we created welcome.txt in the home folder. So we have we have path home, then goes the name of the file which we want to copy, and then the last one goes the dot the label or the tag which says to copy this file to this folder, to our main folder. Now let's execute this command and let's check what we have. As we see from the result, we have this welcome.txt file available on our local machine. The copy of this file is available, and this the original file is still on the in the container of and the home folder. Now we are ready to go to another command. Another one goes create docker container create and the name of the new container. We're going to copy this this command and going back to our local machine, and now let's remove some information. And now we're ready to now let's insert the name of the Ubuntu, the name of the image. Okay, and now let's check what we have in our list of containers. Okay, so we have this result of this command. As we see, created based on the image Ubuntu. We created the Ubuntu 2, and also before we created this one. So let's once more check this. Docker container create, name of the new copy of container based on the Ubuntu image. Okay, and let's now the check. Yes, as we see, Ubuntu 3 all have been created successfully, and we are ready to go back to next command, and the next one is going to be docker container diff, and its mean inspect changes to files or directories in the running container. We currently have running container based on the Ubuntu, and we are ready to use the docker container diff and put this in, and also mention the name of our container which is running right now. It's Ubuntu 1. So guys, this command, the docker container diff, we're going to take a look better and on the next lesson, and the rest of the other commands we're also going to cover in the next session of this series. Since there is already around 40 minutes, I don't want to take a lot of information in one video, because it becomes
unnecessary, and it's very difficult to understand when the mind becomes tired. So I'm going to make another video, a second part of video Docker container in these few days, and they will be valuable in the playlist. Meantime, please leave your comments and your questions for this video, and have a great, incredible day. Thank you so much that you was in this was with me, and have everything great. Thank you. Bye bye.